Autoline Daily is brought to you by Dow Automotive Systems. Learn how we can help you arrive at cost-effective and innovative solutions to your toughest industry challenges at dowautomotive.com.
Here are today's top headlines. Ford confirms Geely will get Volvo. Consumer Reports praises Ford. And GM comes up with the technology to convert exhaust heat into electricity. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Wednesday, October 28, 2009, and now the news. Although it says no final decision has been made, Ford says it will likely end up selling Volvo to Chinese automaker Geely. Ford says Geely, and I quote, has the potential to be a responsible future owner. A curious phrase there. And Ford says even after Geely buys Volvo, it will continue to work with the Swedish automaker in terms of component sharing, engineering, and manufacturing. Audi says it will pass its sales target in China this year. According to the Wall Street Journal, Audi has sold 118,000 vehicles in the country and expects to pass its 130,000 unit target by the end of the year. The company also said that either by 2012 or 2013, China will pass Germany as the automaker's #1 market. Consumer Reports released its annual reliability report, and there were a few interesting findings. The front-wheel drive versions of the Ford Fusion and Mercury Milan, and even the V6 version of the Chevy Malibu, rated higher than the V6 Honda Accord and Toyota Camry. And the Lincoln MKZ rated better than the Acura TL and Lexus ES. Even though the domestics beat the Asians in a few categories, they still dominated the list, with 36 of the top 48 most reliable models being Asian. A couple of years back, we had Dr. Alan Taub from GM on Autoline. While he was in the studio, he demonstrated some of the advanced technologies the company was developing. Some of the coolest stuff he showed was memory metal and how it can change shape as its temperature changes. A few weeks back, we had him on the show again, and he talked more about what GM was working on, but he couldn't share many specifics. Well, now the company just made a big announcement about a project it's working on using memory metal to build a device that can turn exhaust heat into electricity. The system could be used on conventional vehicles, but its use on hybrids is the most interesting. The company's R&D operations received a $2.7 million federal award on Monday to help with the project. Bridgestone is best known for making tires, but it also offers a range of other products, from bicycles to golf balls. Well, the other day, Bridgestone announced it's coming out with an e-book. Overall, the device is only 5.8 millimeters thin, but what separates it from other e-book readers is that the whole thing is flexible. Coming up next, it's time for my comments to your comments. Now it's time for some of your feedback. This is You Said It. Every day we get dozens of comments and questions from you, our viewers. You Said It gives me a chance to respond. Nick Stevens wrote in to say, Brazil's economy is not doing well because of the stupid ethanol. It's because of the enormous amounts of iron ore it exports and the recently discovered far greater deep water offshore oil reserves that are guaranteed to make it a major next oil exporter for years to come. Nick, the only reason that Brazil will be able to export all that oil is that it doesn't need it for itself. Why? Because of all that stupid ethanol. C-Tech wrote in about the UAW rank and file opposing more concessions to Ford. He asked, who is out there selling the plan and educating the rank and file? Great question. It would seem that the union's leadership has not done a good job of leading on this one. Of course, it's hard to tell what's going on inside the union. They rarely talk to the media. We have an open door policy, but the union has only made its president, Ron Gettelfinger, available to us once in the last 10 years. And finally, some of you commented on me being back after vacation. Baja Busta paraphrased the lyrics from an old TV show saying, welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
And Right Knight 170 posted this comment: "The Dude Meister, Johnny Mac, hath returneth." So, in the immortal words of actress Sally Fields when she won her Oscar, "You love me, you really love me." Okay, enough of that. Here is an important announcement.
I'm Peter DiLorenzo from Autoline After Hours, inviting you to join us for an evening with Mark Royce, GM's new VP of Global Engineering. Mark literally grew up in the company, and he's one of the all-time great car guys to boot. So join us Thursday, October 29th at 7 p.m. and have your questions ready for Mark. I know I will. See you then.
And that's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.